If your chiffon folds look flat, you're missing one thing: contrast. And today I'm testing 4 colors, and I will show you exactly why one pops more than the rest. Hello my friends, welcome back to LisinCult Resin Lab. I'm Lida, and today we are giving the chiffon effect a new twist. The same flowing fabric, but with a different setup. In my first chiffon tutorial, I used a large handmade mold with white chiffon and shared the main hidden keys for this technique. If you want those basic or want to see how I make that mold, you will find the related videos link in the description box. But don't worry, I will walk you through everything you need in this video too. Today, I'm testing the same technique with 2 changes: a smaller ready-made silicone mold and chiffon in 4 colors over a black resin base to see how those tweaks change the overall effects. Let's dive in. About the molds, I'm using these ready-made crystal edge molds. They are quite deep, so I won't fill them to the rim. About 3/4 full is enough. For this chiffon effect, I'm using 4 different colors: yellow, orange, red, and green. Go for a sheer or semi-sheer chiffon, something like this. Light and delicate. The softer it is, the easier it forms natural folds. I have cut each piece to match the top opening of the mold, which is wider than the base, so there is enough fabric to sink in and fold softly in the resin. Just keep your pieces neatly cut with no frayed edges or loose threads. For the resin, I'm using the same mix as in my first chiffon video, a low viscosity resin, which works best for this first layer where we shape the chiffon. It gives us plenty of working time and helps prevent bubbles. My resin has 3:1 mixing ratio, and for this step, we need something about 528 grams of resin mixture in total for the 4 molds. If you want the exact gram breakdown per mold, there is a free PDF guide with all the measurements in the description box. For the final layer where we seal everything, you can switch to the medium viscosity resin. For the first pour, I add a few drops of the transparent black ink into the resin mixture, just enough for a soft black hue so the chiffon color can pop. I will deepen the black in the final layer. I will start with 6 drops. Mix it nicely to give you an even mixture. I think we can add 2 more drops. Now I think it's okay. Lightly spray the mold with alcohol. Then pour in just enough resin for the chiffon to sink, only up to where the crystal edge starts. This way you don't get a visible color line on the sides after the molding. Torch the surface. Let me see, is there any hidden bubble here? Then place your chiffon, I start with the yellow one, on top and gently press it down with the silicone brush or with your finger. Let the resin pull it in. Keep the folds toward the center so the fabric only covers the flat base, not crystal rim. Take your time and do it gently. Make sure the whole base is covered, no bubbles are trapped underneath, and keep the cut edges face up so they won't show on the surface later. Okay, one is done. I will repeat the same process for the other colors. Alright, all done. As long as the resin hasn't started to warm up and thicken, you will still have time to tweak the folds a bit. Then pop any surface bubbles, cover the molds and let them rest. I usually check them a few times while the resin is still fluid and gently fix any folds that have shifted before it starts to thicken. This resin is very low viscosity and quite runny, so it needs a bit longer to cure. But always double check the curing time for your own brand because every formula behaves a bit differently. Okay, let's leave this to cure and I will see you in the final sealing step. Okay, the first layers are cured and the chiffons are fully sealed. For the final layer, I have already mixed a medium viscosity resin with extra transparent black ink. So this layer will be darker than the first layer and really make the folds pop. These molds are pretty deep, so I only pour enough to level the surface. Use a toothpick to guide the resin to the crystal textures and push out any bubbles. Then cover the pieces and let them cure. Now we'll wait and see if this experiment was really worth it. See you at the molding time. After 24 hours, they are ready. Let's demold them and see the results. Wow, look at them! The chiffon folds look like they are floating under tinted glass. The soft to deep black contrast is what makes the folds pop. And because they were made in smaller molds, the folds look tighter and more delicate. And the edge, that crushed crystal texture, catches the light and frames the center like a gem. Now here is where it gets interesting. It's the contrast between the black base and the chiffon color that controls how sharp the folds look. Look at these two. You can really see yellow and orange have a stronger contrast. So the folds pop crisp and clear. So gorgeous. But the darker hues, like green and red, sit closer to the black base, so the folds blend more and the chiffon looks softer and smoother. See how subtle and delicate they look. And separately, the chiffon color sets the mood. Brights feel bold and lively, while darker tones feel deeper and more dramatic. So there is the key. It's the contrast between your chiffon color and the background layer behind it. Want the folds to pop? Keep them far apart. Want a softer vibe? Keep them closer. Same technique, totally different vibe. Silky folds suspended under glass, melting into each other. The deeper the shade, the moodier it gets, like a shadowy filter over the design. And the rim, crushed crystal sparkle all around, framing the center like a jewel, rich, dramatic, and next level. Before we wrap up, keep this in mind. Use low viscosity resin, a deep mold, and keep a strong contrast between the base and the background. And if you want the full method and extra tips, check my original chiffon tutorial, link in description box. And one last little magic tip. If you still see micro bubbles in your resin before the first pour, add a tiny amount of isopropyl alcohol, about 0.5%. Mix it completely, then pour. Just don't add more than that because too much can affect curing. So always test it with your resin first. Alright my friends, that's it for today and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Which one's more your style? Bright glow or dark drama? Tell me in the comments. And don't forget to grab the free PDF guide with all the details and measurements, link in description box. Thank you for watching. See you in the next resin adventure.